What's up, y'all? I'm probably glowing all through my T-zone right now because I'm on my laptop. I was in my studio today and just pondering, and it got me thinking about how I used to feel that my art wasn't African enough. And I was just appreciating the colors and just what it means to lean into divine feminine energy for strength and for power. And it made me realize that it is really like subversive and revolutionary, the fact that I have leaned into what some may label as hyper femininity in my work. Because when I look at the African art space, not only is it male dominated for sure, I think a lot of African art in the contemporary sense sometimes walks the line of catering to the white gaze. But lately I am seeing this growing appreciation and like resurgence of understanding what the African feminine identity is. Like, that is a very unique essence. And I remember when I was in undergrad at Brown, I was part of this private luncheon with the former president of Malawi, Dr. Joyce Banda. I think she was the second female president in Africa. Anyways, I took a picture with her and I got to like talk to her and ask her some questions, just basically about like how she was able to make such huge changes and push forward certain policies that were in a way like challenging the patriarchy in her country. And she said that you have to let go of that idea of white feminism. Like, you as an African woman, if you really want to make change, like lean into your culture, understand your culture, and use your strengths, your unique strengths to navigate it. Like, honoring of your culture and tradition can actually be a strength if you know how to navigate it right. I'm definitely summarizing what she said, but it just made me think about like how a lot of times our definitions of womanhood are also filtered through a white gaze. And if I'm being real, white women change what they want all the time, like in a Western sense. Like, that's why we've had so many waves of feminism. And when you look at African feminine identity, a lot of what we believe ourselves to be is informed by Afro-Indigenous spiritual beliefs. So I highly recommend you go watch my video about Ifa spiritual philosophy and how it influences my work. But when you think about what is the African feminine identity, what is divine feminine energy through an African lens, you cannot experience that, you cannot explore that without honoring the fact that our belief systems, our spiritual indigenous belief systems show us that we are one with the divine and we are one with Mother Earth. Like, that is a lot of the basis of our ideas of what it means to have the divine feminine. And even when you look at like our deities and things like that, I just feel like that's why my art, for me, which it is a spiritual experience, but like, it's why I believe so deeply that I need to make Afro-feminine art. I think we need imagery of what it means to be an African woman in her sensual, sexual power, an African woman with sovereign creative expression, an African woman who loves to play, who loves to dance, who is immersed in joy. I don't think our narrative should always be tied to escaping oppression or, you know, resilience and struggle and warrior queen this and that. Like, I think that there is power in imagery that speaks to surrender, speaks to flow and the strength and power in emotional vulnerability and sisterhood and collaboration and romance and love and like all of these softer elements of humanity and what it means to be alive. Like, I think that my art really speaks to that, and I feel that so deeply. Our society is definitely in a divine feminine reckoning, and I do believe that the renaissance we're seeing within Africa, if you've been paying attention, there is definitely this pushback against colonialism and imperialist ideologies of what it means to be African. And I've said this in my book, Force of Nature, and I'm going to say it now. I believe that African women have to define our own revolution. And sometimes, there's a poem by Nikki Giovanni, may she rest in peace, Revolutionary Dreams, that she awoke and dug that if she were just being a natural woman, doing what a woman does when she's just being herself, she would have a revolution. And I think that is what Afro-Feminine art says. It's like, be who you are, be what it means for you to be a woman. Don't let society define that for you. And if that means, playing in the moonlight, dancing in the sunshine, yeah, that's revolutionary too. So that's what I've been thinking about. Oops. That's what I've been thinking about. Thanks for watching. Go check out my art at alaerelifestyle.com, and I will chat with y'all in the next one. Bye.